Welcome to the shop. Hope you're having a great day. So, I did one temper cycle on this last night. Let's get it on the surface grinder and see what we need to do to straighten it. Are you ready? Here we go. Welcome back. So I put this on the plate and it seemed like it had a little bit of a wiggle. So I'm just going to kiss it to make sure it's not any scale or anything sticking up or any burrs on it. We'll just get it flat on both sides. And then we'll see if it's straight and then put it back in the second temper. Make sure to like this if you like it, dislike if you don't. Subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Hit the bell. But let's just get with it. All right, to the bench. Alright, man, I'm really loving this ceiling rig I made. I didn't have to put tripods up or nothing. I'm just going to hit it on the surface grinder both sides. I got a 60 grit on here. I'm just taking off the surface. Make sure we have no burrs, nothing sticking up. That way we can take it back to the surface plate and see where we're at. Alright, let's get this started. I hope that showed up. There was a big center line down the middle. I noticed when I put it on the surface plate, it was wobbling back and forth. Now, front to back is an easy warp to get out. Side to side, you have to grind it down until it's flat because, as far as I know, there's really no way to get that bow out that way. And I know I say this a lot, but that's why I leave my bevel stick. Everyone has their own way, but I'll tell you what, a lot of these guys that do preheat treat right down to a really small line, I would really like to see their knives in person to see how straight if they were really centered or if they might be off a little bit to one side. It might not even be enough to tell, but you know, OCD's going off here and I want to make sure everything's perfect before I get it going. The only way to do that is to surface grind both sides and restrike a center line. But if you have success the other way, hey, you know, more power to you. And I get a lot of slack if people say I'm doing things the wrong way, but this is just the way I figure it's better instead of having to go back and trying to fix things. Believe me, I've made all these mistakes 100 times, and this is the way I figured for me to make them better. I'm not telling you you have to leave a thick line. I'm just saying that's what works for me because I've made my lines thin and then had the center line be off center because I had to take more off of one side than the other. But it is what it is. Alright, enough lecturing. See? Now I could take a whole bunch more off this side to make it even, but I don't have to because my center line is thick. You know? This one only took 2 passes, the other one took like 7. Now that might not even be a big enough difference for someone to tell. But in my mind, I know it's different, so. Alright, let's get to the surface plate and see how straight these are. Alright, so we still have a little bit of warpness. Right there. This side's flat, and we're all good. Straight. See, just a little bit of wobble. Notice I got the washers all sitting right here. Let me get the piece of steel. So here's our piece of steel. Since our wobble is this way, we want to put it like this. Washers under each side. Let's see. Do it like this. Small, big. And it looked like our bend was right here. So we're going to clamp it. Like Jed clamp it. You just want to crank it just enough to go, maybe too much. Just a little bit past straight. You know, you don't want to go too much past straight because then it'll bow the other way and you'll have to put it back in and keep flipping it back and forth and all that stuff. So, but there we go. Let's get this in temper, another hour and a half. And then I'm calling it a night. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, I'll see you in a second. It'll be the morning for me. All right, so we're all surface ground flat. See, look, see how far down this came and this didn't? So we had to take more off of this side. If you want to keep your blade straight, keep it thick. But, you know, do it how you want to do it. If you find it better to grind to a small line, heat treat, and all that, and you can keep it straight, hey, more power to you. I just try to teach you these things to show you things I've learned from my mistakes. Because it's easier to fix it when it's bigger than when you go down and then you have to make it smaller and all that because you mess up. So we're just going to do the flats here and then come back here. I'm mainly putting, since I got it here where I want it, I'm mainly putting pressure up here. Once I get down to the line, I'll show you, you know, once we get up to 120, I'll slow it down because I usually do high speed up there, but yeah, so, all right, let's get with this. So see, I got it down to the line here, I had it up here, so now we're just gonna bring our fingers down and pressure slowly down. See, it's kind of coming down straight. Now once again, I have a facet right here. So I'm bringing all this down to here. But I'm on my line where I want it here. And see, I'm a little low there because I want it to swoop down in. Alright, so once again, I just got to the line here. I was already at the line here, but you can see even maybe, hopefully you can see that. Right there, I'm still not at the line. So I don't really want to hit here anymore. I still got that little facet. Let's see if we can cover it. I still got a facet right here that I have to come down to. Now that I'm down here, I'll bring it all the way through it and clean it all out and get it all even. And it's all about pressure. So I'm gonna be now I'm not gonna be pressing into it to hit that line because we're almost to that line. It's all just about where you put your fingers and how you press on it. And once you get it ground in like this, even though it's not the final grind, you don't want to be putting a lot of pressure. Just push it where you need to come down and stuff. All right. And like I said before, that's the low point. So I'm bringing all this down. Now you can see there's a facet right here. hopefully you can see. So once I get here, I'm going to bring pressure up here just a little bit. You know, it's all about where you put your thumbs and pressure of the knife. So I'm bringing all this down to here. Yeah, it's a hard grind to figure out to get it right. But, yeah, you kind of have to mix them together and go back and forth and figure it out. But we'll have to tighten it all up. I'll probably have to redraw the center line. That's why I leave it a little thick. Because, man, you're figuring stuff out. I still got one facet right there, but let me work on the other side and see where we're at. Alright, now we gotta check where we're because I came up a lot here. Here's where we need to come up to. Looks like I got a little overzealous right there. But I'm just going to strike this line. And now that I got it set in with the 60, I'm going to go get the 120. Because I don't really want to be hogging off. Whew, that was brutal. I'm just going to mark my line here. And I'm going to try to keep it kind of straight here with the 120. So it looks like you do have to kind of go back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to make these lines just a little bit smaller too. I'll be back. I got to be real careful. It looks like one line, but it's two. I'm going to do this first and then come into this. Whew. I almost slipped out of my hand and the tip went bip right into there. I think it'll be okay. If not, I'll change it out. But man, whew, gotta watch, man. We start getting careless. Alright, so we got that part right there. And we're gonna bring this right over to it. Straight over, hopefully. Since I messed up right there. But first I'm gonna hang the belt over here and cut in this plunge line. Man, I don't know if it's something in my left hand or my right hand. Every grind I do, I always have a little bump right here. And it drives me crazy. And I guess it's because I can't put the pressure back like that here or something, but I always have it right there. If you watch all my videos, there's always a little bump right there. Drives me crazy. We look like this, and we messed up, and I made it look like this. So I got a 240 belt. All I'm doing is pulling straight across and taking it all and making the lines all straight. Honestly, the only reason I see to do the grind like this and like this is so you have straight lines like this, which I started messing up anyway. Now maybe I was thinking I might do another blade. Let's see, can I cover it? Let me get this light out of the way for a second. There we go. Other than your grind line, other than making this square and having your grind lines look different like this and like this, really there's no difference. You see, I mean, you'll see, all I'm doing is pulling it straight across and it'll just swoop this up like that and make it even. Depends on what you want. If you're gonna hand sand out the grind lines anyway, all this work really doesn't matter. Alright, see, this is what happens when you know you should take a break and stop and regroup. You just get so obsessed with the grind that you end up completely different than what you want. I still have to fix this side a little bit too. We'll see. Let's see what we can do. This is a 240, so basically just to make these nice clean grind lines. Alright, I'm gonna put a 120. I'm not gonna sit here and fight this. Man, that's a first. A piece of hot steel just hit my bucket and was like burning the plastic. I was like, man, what is that smell? Woo! Alright, so I was wrong. I wasn't paying attention yesterday when I was grinding. So it is a different plane. So okay, you see how it's covering? I'm having to grind down to there. So there is a benefit from the two. Good to know. I was so frustrated yesterday, I just cleared it off and wasn't even paying attention. So when you do that grind, it is a different plane, because look how long it's taken me. If it was the same plane, it would just go right over. Good to know, good to know. So there is a benefit from going like this and like that. You know, okay. Man, when I get obsessed with something and frustrated, trying to figure it all out. I'm not paying attention to anything except getting it finished. So I was like, man, why did I waste all this time doing this and doing this when all I had to do was straighten it up and then finish at the end? But they are two different planes. Good to know. Alright, so instead of doing it on the 120, I kind of got them where I want it. I had to bring this back. See how that swoops in? I had to bring this up a little bit. So this came up here a little bit. So I'm going to have to bring it back to like there. But I'm going to do it with the 240 instead of the 120. It's a little less forgiving. The farther you go up in the grits, the more forgiving the belt is. Alright, that right there is going to bug me to death because this one comes straight and this one has that teeny little curve right there. Man, little things like that just drive me crazy. Now, you can always stop and hand sand. A65, here we go. Here's a 45, so I think that's 400 grit. Like I was saying, some people like to hand sand, some people like to go back up and down and do it all with belts, you know? It depends on if you like that smooth look or if you like grind line look. I like the grind line look. I spend 10 extra steps doing it on belts when I could just go and hand sand it out and probably take half the time, but to each their own. Alright. Can we see that? Let's see if I can get it out of the light. I wish I had my one hand to block it, but maybe I can do it over here. There we go. Except for my fingerprints, we got some nice mirror finishes. And I still have to go up to 600 and 1,000. I'm just gonna do that, and I'll come back at 6,000 to show you. I'll come back at 1,000 to show you the difference. Alrighty. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it came out alright. Nice straight flat grinds. Yeah. Nice mirror finish. Well, high satin, I wouldn't call that a mirror. High satin finish. So, yeah, there's just a couple of things to do when you mess up your Tanto. Or you can just start the grind and have it like that. Either way, back to the bench. Bam. Looking good. Yeah. You know, just because it's not what I want, it doesn't mean it doesn't look nice. Yeah, trying to get it from reflecting the light and all my fingerprints off of it. But anyway, I actually went back and got this one a lot thinner and fixed it up. Well, not fixed it up. It was pretty good, but, you know, it just needed those Dave touches. I'm looking at the camera because I need to see what the knife looks like, or it's just going to be a big old shiny thing like that. So, yeah. So I think the next video will be me just putting a whole bunch of handles on. Whew. Let's see if we can get that shine out of there. Trying to figure out where it's coming from. I still have this one to go back and finish. I don't think I've even shown this one on camera, but yeah, this is a nice little guy. You know, it got the compound grind and all that, but I'm rambling. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like it if you like it. Dislike it if you don't. Won't hurt my feelings at all. Make sure to comment, subscribe, hit the notifications, all that good stuff we tell you at the end of the videos. I got Amazon links down in the description and on my website, along with t-shirts and like 5 knives at the moment. Anyway, hope y'all are having a great day, and as always, take it easy.